Stefan.
Karen.
So in this episode, let's have some fun together.
Yes.
You know this exercise where you basically imagine what could all go wrong to see creative ways on how to resolve problems before they arise. Let's do something similar. And let's talk today about what's the fastest way to screw your culture. What can you do, or what shouldn't you better do? If you wanted to totally put in the bin everything that made up the identity of your company.
And we're talking about team culture, or company culture.
We're talking about team culture or company culture. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, my first thing is promises. Not keeping promises.
Promises?
Yeah. So
not holding your promises.
Not holding your promises as a team member, as a team lead, saying we will do this by then, and we're not going to do this by then, or we're going to have a solution for this problem by then.
Yeah. I have a great example from the real world that I stumbled upon a few weeks ago, where leadership basically reduced all town hall meetings, or they cut them down, and they are not encouraging people to meet outside their project teams. So what happened is people are really now confused and questioning their identity as well, because they don't see their colleagues anymore outside the project team, and a project has a finite start and end. So what happens then at the end? You're then in a new project team with people you've not connected with over the past 2 years, or it's created a lot of fear. So that would be a good way to screw your culture.
So it was like an advice.
What is making up your identity?
It was like a guideline, not talk to someone else.
No, it was basically they canceled all the town hall meetings, and they made all the team leads cancel their team meetings. It was a clear guideline that it's not well received if you do meetings outside of working on your project. Focus, guys, focus. I think that's what was the intent behind. So we need more productivity. Let's cut out all the pieces that are not making us more productive. And town hall meetings are definitely not making us productive. So we cut them out.
Yeah, I guess it feels quite unnatural. Because if you think about it, how people were like working or living in tribes, or even like in modern times, people were crowding together around the fireplace or wherever, and they were exchanging how they feel, how they where their problems are, and it was not necessarily like what was happened on the field. It was really like the overall emotions, right? So yeah, I guess it's a good thing. This is maybe coming to another point where you try to over process everything. Like these kind of cultural and communication things. Don't get me wrong, it's good to have elements and like in the calendar where you talk about specifically about updates. But what I felt ending up having there is like a roadshow of mini successes for the department or for the team, and it's not really what people want to know. They want to know what is our way forward. What do we want? What should we work on in a sense of global vision, not specific items. So yeah, I found this quite frustrating that these kind of exchanges are now kind of useless.
I agree. So what you're saying is the only way is not to cut down totally on team meetings or group meetings, but to go over the top with them. So that's another way. So that you burden people with too much stuff that's keeping them really from being productive and working on the stuff that they want to do, and just make them mandatory. So you want to see everyone there on the meetings.
Yeah, what else could be good ways to screw up your culture?
Yeah. Also, another great way is to tell people that you encourage them having ideas and coming forwards with innovation. But then if someone comes up and has an idea and you don't like it, to cut them down and basically remove them from the team. That's really, that would really lead to people not raising their hands anymore.
So we can maybe summarize it with false empowerment. Like, oh, we want you guys to decide everything, and then, oh no, but I don't like it. Let's do something else. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is it plays together with overcorrection, which I felt is a big thing. Like when leaders or outside people come in and they try to trust the team, and then they step away for a while, because they don't want to have to do anything with it because the team is taking care. And then they look at it again, and suddenly they start to ingrain their own opinions again as facts and as the only way forward, because it's like a mental shortcut, right?
So, because the team is figuring out their own ways of dealing with stuff, which is not necessarily the same as the previous leader would have done so. And then if the leader sees it, he or she comes in and says, no, 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 that's not how you do it. Let me.
I'm thinking about my father a lot when I talk about this example, because he has a specific way of doing things. And if you don't do it a specific way, then like he's like, wow, why are you doing it like this? I'm
You're
like,
doing it wrong.
yeah, you're doing it wrong. Exactly. I'm like, but I've achieved my results, and I'm achieving sometimes more results than you are achieving. So maybe question your way, and it depends really on the complexity of the topics. But it's really it's as a leader, you want to be informed about what people are working on, and you want to have the opportunity to give your opinion, your advice, if you're ultimately accountable for it. So you have to set yourself up for this. And this cannot be by micromanagement, and it can also not be by letting go on blindfoldedly. I'm honest with you, I had this in the beginning. Because I'm a person who really loves when I get freedom. So when I started to lead my team in the beginning, I was letting go. Like everything, I was like,
You were
blind
like, hands
trust.
off, figure it
Yes,
out yourselves.
exactly. So, I mean, it's a myth we have in leadership that trust and control go like another way. It's the opposite. If I control about something in a good way, then I care about it, and then I care about you, and that our results or the results are good, right? And if I don't look in, it's more like blind trust, and I'm letting it like fly away. And then I can also not be surprised if it's not working in the end.
Yeah, and also we see that oftentimes that people are confused because they're not aware, okay, in which direction should we go now? What should we focus on? What is really, why are we here? What should we do? If you don't provide them as a leader with this clarity, it just creates like individuals working on their own stuff, whatever they think might be helpful, but they're not collaborating on something bigger than themselves.
Yeah. And this is where systems come in. So if you fail to create systems, you also impede culture, I feel. Because if you create a good system of work and of objectives, and you use this like an OKR framework, for example, you can really let go as a leader a bit more. And it's about your own confidence. Like, do we have a system in place where I'm confident in everything I need to be able, the team should be doing? I need to be able to see what the team should be doing, and they are executing in it. Well, then I can also trust, I can let go, I don't have to micromanagement, etc.
Yeah, but also you have the ability or the transparency to look into it. I mean, you see the objectives. You don't see where they are on them, but you can steer it in a way as well if you wanted to.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another way to screw up culture is not involving people at the right time, like when they need to be involved and deciding over their head.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot is linked to trust, like to the layers of trust. No.
Yeah. Also, another idea how to screw up your culture is go in, tell your team how they should do something, but don't stick to your own rules. So, for example, go in and say, no meeting without agenda. And then you come in and say, so for today's meeting, we don't have an agenda. And it's like, okay. People are confused about that or feel a little bit embarrassed as well or ridiculed.
It's a bit practice what you preach. No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like it's about consistency and coherence. Yeah. So I guess what I look for in a leader is consistency, coherence, trust, respect. Like if I have to on top of my mind, and Coherence is following through and doing what you're saying. Thinking like I don't want to control anyone else. I don't want if I give you something, then I trust it will be done. Like there's no even, but I can still check in, and you won't feel threatened by that.
Exactly. Yeah. What about not taking decisions?
Yeah, not taking decisions is would be like a topic for itself, right? But
Yeah.
it depends also like who should take the decision. I mean, we had this discussion just yesterday, right? Like that there's maybe sometimes a false impression towards the leadership and say like, hey, you need to decide this. You're the management. You're the leaders. But I'm a big fan of moving decisions to the competence. So if you have a team working on something for more than 20 years and there's a leader, if the good leader will say, team, what do you say? What's your recommendation?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a false assumption. So before we take, if you're not taking a decision, it creates almost a physical, I mean, I know it from myself, it creates a physical emotion in your body. At least in mine, it creates like, what should I do? Like, I'm jittering between two things. Like, is it good to do this now or not? You know, like clarity provides you also the confidence to move forward quicker. It also it's part of trust.
Yeah. So
It's
it
part
really
of
puts you under stress if you're between two
yeah.
things and you're putting off to take a decision. It's hard. Yeah.
And I can appreciate it. We not can for some cases we need time to take a decision. But I had a really good like in one of my projects, I had a really good insight with one person. She's very senior, and we had a conflict in a project, like a sub project. And she was like, "Okay, fine. Thanks for appreciating this. But what we can decide today is this, this, and this, and these are the costs. And from my perspective, I'm the leader in this project. I'm okay with the costs." So suddenly it took away all the stress from the people, right? Because like someone was saying, oh yeah, it's fine. The costs are fine. These are 3 points. So also we need to appreciate the layers of decisions.
Another way to screw up your culture is basically to not provide a safe place to work. I mean, having a high number of people coming and going all of the time. So that the people that are working there are unclear of what's expected of them or the expected behavior and what is rewarded or what is not. If that is not coherent and they're not clear whether they will have a job next year or next week, then that's creating instability.
Insecurity as well, right?
Yeah, a lot of fear. It can work in two ways. So some people are then really accelerating and working their asses off because they want to show how important they are and that they really want to stick around. But it can also backfire because the good people will look elsewhere for a job and just leave.
So the people who are doing more are not the good people?
No, sorry for that. I'm not sure. Some can be, some can't.
No, it's more like I guess it's not the what you do, but with from what intent. So if someone is doing a lot and they come to work because they are sick, no, not because they come to work when they're sick, but they don't want to stay at home because they're afraid that they're gonna be kicked out, and they do a lot of work. Then of course they do an amount of work, but is this a sustainable way of doing it, right? Or is it out of fear? Yeah, I guess this was like comprehensive. I'm trying to think of something else to screw up your culture.
Maybe let's talk about
Honesty.
honesty. Go on.
Yeah. I mean, not being honest with each other. Like, if I hear someone talking about myself in the back, or if I hear some news about
Gossiping.
myself,
Yeah.
gossiping, or also like, I can tell you, I can almost sense if someone is not honest with me, and even if I don't have proof, that will create an uncertainty in the culture. Yeah. Sorry, you wanted to say something.
No, I wanted to take the conversation a step further and say, so what should be the pillars that we should watch out for to protect our culture or to create a strong company culture? So from what we just discussed, it sounds like there's a lot about being consistent, consistency with your actions, how you treat people, what you reward, and also being strict on when someone is going against your desired culture, not letting it slip through.
Also with yourself, huh?
Yes, practice
Yes.
what you preach. Yeah.
Practice what you preach, yeah. Trust. Build trust. Build trust in safe environments.
Yeah, and not look for productivity increase for the short term only. So your productivity can really go down if people don't connect with each other anymore.
So positively look for like a marathon kind of productivity rather than a sprint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have consistency, coherence, practice what you preach, and be strict in applying what you want as a culture, build safe environments, and make productive long-term goals. I mean, what is going, like when I write it down, what I'm having in my mind is coherence. Also coherence in what is seen as a leadership team or leadership people. So it's like I compare it with parenting. if I'm not a parent, but I can observe it. So if a kid does something wrong and one parent says one, then the other parent needs to to a certain extent agree with one, right? So a common voice, basically, common agreement. If there's and it's fine to have not always a common agreement, but as a leadership team to find a way to have not say this person said this and this person said another thing, right? This is also about
and also
coherence.
to carry decisions that the company took or the leadership team took, even if they're going against your personal opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's a good one. Carry decisions, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So basically you have to play the Uno reverse card on the negative things, and then you have all the positive things.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes easier to look out for the negative things, if we're honest, right? Because they stick out to us.
Exercise also to do with your team. If you have like a new challenge in front of you and it's unclear how you land there, turn the reverse and just say, okay, what can we do to totally screw this up? And then from there it creates new ideas.
That's very good. And people are much quicker with pain points or negative things sometimes than with coming up with what should good look like.
Yeah, we're trained for critiquing and seeing failures. So let's use this for our advantage sometimes.
Exactly. Perfect.
All right. That was a fun episode, Stefan.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you for brainstorming with me.
No, it was always fun. I took some notes. Maybe we can create some nice paper out of it and share it for the next workshop. Then enjoy your day and talk to you soon.
Same to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. That's the end of our episode. If you liked this, please like, share and subscribe.